Ever wondered why some people talk big, make loud announcements about their future, and still never move an inch, while others stay quiet, barely say a word, and suddenly become successful out of nowhere? Most people think extroverts win because they speak more, or introverts win because silence makes them smarter, but the truth goes far deeper than personality. Success isn't about how much you speak, it's about where you put your energy. In a town near Austin, Texas, lived a boy named David Parker. David was smart, ambitious, and dreamed so big that even he sometimes got overwhelmed by them. He wanted straight A grades, impressive skills, and a future so shiny that people would remember his name. But David had one silent enemy. He talked way too much. Every time he learned something new, he told everyone. Every goal he created, he announced it like breaking news. Friends hyped him up, teachers praised him, and even his parents admired his ambition. David loved this attention. It made him feel like he was already achieving something. But that was the trap. Talking gave him fake satisfaction without any effort. He felt proud just by speaking, and slowly, without noticing, his motivation to actually work started disappearing. When exam results came, David was shocked to see average scores. They didn't match the dreams he bragged about. Worse, people whispered behind his back, joking, "Here comes the kid who talks more than he works." That hurt him deeply. One gloomy weekend, stressed and disappointed, David visited his grandfather, Mr. Harrison, a retired Army officer known for his discipline and very few words. The moment he saw David's face, he knew something was wrong. When David shared his problem, his grandfather smiled slightly and said, "Your dreams aren't failing because you're weak. They're failing because you talk too much. You are releasing your dreams before they grow." David was confused. How could talking ruin his dreams? So his grandfather leaned back and told him a story that changed his life. Many years ago, in Nebraska, lived a farmer named Tom Reed. Tom was not rich, nor did he have special advantages, but he had a huge dream: to build a massive farm, own land, grow crops, and create a life better than the one he had. While others bragged about future plans they never started, Tom woke up early every morning and worked silently. When people asked what he was doing or what his plan was, Tom simply smiled and said, "You'll see." He didn't explain himself, didn't seek approval, and didn't give others the chance to doubt him. His silence wasn't shyness. It was protection. Over the years, Tom bought land piece by piece, invested quietly, grew crops, and built something massive. Eventually, he owned machines, barns, workers, and a beautiful farmhouse. People were stunned. They couldn't believe the quiet man they ignored had become the most successful farmer around. One day, a curious friend asked Tom, "Why didn't you ever tell anyone your dream?" Tom looked at him calmly and replied, "Because when you talk too much, two things happen. First, people try to discourage you, either out of jealousy or fear. Second, your brain feels like it has achieved something just because you spoke about it, and that kills your drive to work. Silence protects dreams. Action reveals them." Those words struck David like lightning. He finally understood why he always lost interest in his goals. He wasn't failing because he lacked intelligence. He was failing because he wasted time talking. His energy was going into words, not work. That day, David made a decision. No more talking about plans, only action. He stopped announcing his goals and began focusing quietly. He studied deeply, stayed away from unnecessary conversations, and used silence like a shield. Months passed, and when the final exam results came, David ranked first in the entire school. Everyone was shocked. How did the talkative kid suddenly become the top student? His friends asked for his secret, expecting a long explanation. But David simply smiled, remembering his grandfather's words, "Let your success talk. You stay quiet." Years later, David became a successful tech entrepreneur in San Francisco. People admired him not for what he said, but for what he built. His name became known not because he spoke loudly, but because his achievements echoed louder than his words ever could. And that became his philosophy for life. Talking isn't evil, but talking before doing is dangerous. It gives you fake confidence and kills real ambition. People don't need to know your plans. They only need to see the results. Your dreams don't need applause. They need effort. Work quietly. Move smart. Protect your goals from the world until they are strong enough to stand on their own. One day, while others are still talking about what they want to be, you'll already be unstoppable. The world doesn't respect noise. It respects proof.